Hey everyone, it is Dani and welcome to this update on what is happening across the tropics. And so I hope that you're all doing really great today thus far. And so we'll be taking a look at the satellite imageries, of course, as well as the rainfall totals expected. And we'll also be taking a look at wave heights because conditions are quite windy across some sections of the Caribbean. So we'll be taking a look at all of that in this video. And so before I go into details, please do subscribe if you haven't done so already and tap the notification bell so that you never miss an important update. Alright, let's go ahead and get straight on with it, and we can see here on the infrared satellite imagery of the North Atlantic that there is some activity here and there. We definitely see some spinach out in the Atlantic. There's a low pressure area within that region, and so that is why we are seeing all that shower and thunderstorm activity. We have that frontal system up there, and we also see quite a bit of shower and thunderstorm activity along the H or intertropical convergence zone. But as we zoom into the Caribbean here, we're seeing that there isn't too much happening. We definitely have a lot of that cloud cover moving down from the northeast, and we're not seeing any major convection in association with those clouds. So for the most part, nothing too major, but maybe just some pop-up showers here and there. And then in terms of the precipitation, so we'll be looking at the total accumulated precipitation that is expected between now and Monday, so really 48 hours out from now. And this is for the GFS, and we're seeing here that the model is not expecting too much rainfall activity in the Caribbean. We see that the most activity is anticipated along the coast of Nicaragua and Costa Rica, and also parts of Panama, just along the coast of those mainland territories right there. So and it's not a lot of rainfall either. Again, this is the total accumulated rainfall, so maybe just over an inch of rainfall thereabout in total between now and Monday expected for these areas. And the Euro model is expecting something similar to that. We're seeing here that the model is also expecting that little blue spot there, which is indicating rainfall of at least an inch in total across those territories in that region. And for the rest of the Caribbean, maybe just the normal showers here and there with no significant convective activity. So nothing major is anticipated across the region. And so as we take a look at this water vapor map, we can definitely see that dry air is pretty much blanketing majority of the basin. So that is helping to suppress any major shower or thunderstorm development at this point in time. And so in terms of the waves being generated by those strong winds coming out of the northeast, so let's look at what the models are showing. And first up, of course, we have the GFS model here, and so we have the different colors that represent the different significant wave heights in feet, and there we have that key to the right side of your screen, the different colors and those numbers beside them. So that is the significant wave height in feet, and the arrows on the map are depicting the direction from which the wind is blowing. So as we take a look at what is expected as we head to later today, we see here that the GFS model is expecting that those highest waves are going to be in the South Caribbean, especially just off Colombia right there. And then as we take a look at the Euro is showing something pretty much similar. This is for today, of course, and we're seeing these wave heights of around 11-12 feet just off Colombia and the South Caribbean. And then as we head to tomorrow, there we even see that little orange spot that is indicating much higher wave heights, maybe of at least 13 feet. So guys, please listen to your local officials when they give out their advisories or any warnings. And so now I'm going to be going to a quiz that I posted earlier this week. This video that I'm going to be showing you guys explains the ENSO, which stands for the El Nino Southern Oscillation. I posted a quiz in the community post section of my channel, and as I promised, we're going to be discussing the correct answer. So the quiz reads, what phase of the El Nino Southern Oscillation, or ENSO, results in more tropical cyclone activity in the North Atlantic? Two options were given, namely El Nino, which is the warm phase, and La Nina, which is the cool phase. Before we delve into the answer, let's first understand what ENSO is and how the different phases happen. So you might know that there are prevailing winds which continuously blow across the planet, one such type being trade winds which blow from east to west. However, we won't be staying on this side of the world, so let's hop over Central America and into the Pacific Ocean, specifically off the west coast of South America. As the winds blow from east to west, they are sometimes strong and at other times weaker than normal. When the trades are weaker than normal, warmer water thrives in the equatorial Pacific. As you may know, the development of showers and thunderstorms is dependent on rising warm air that cools and condenses in the atmosphere. So what do you think will happen when those warmer ocean waters are dominant? Did you guess that there will be abundant showers and thunderstorm activity taking place? In that case, you're spot on. But now you might be a little confused because what does all this have to do with the Atlantic and tropical cyclones? Actually, a lot. All that rising air helps upper level winds to accelerate and thus results in greater vertical wind shear across the Atlantic basin, which in turn leads to a hostile environment for tropical cyclone development there. Think of it as winds that interfere with developing storms, preventing them from growing and intensifying. That is what is known as the El Niño or warm phase of the ENSO. In El Niño seasons, tropical cyclone activity is greater across the Pacific but suppressed across the Atlantic. So going back to the question, that means El Niño is incorrect and La Niña is the correct answer. So congratulations if you selected La Niña. But what exactly happens during El Niño? Simply put, the opposite of an El Niño takes place. When the trades are stronger than normal, warm water is pushed westwards towards Asia, and cool water from the depths of the ocean rises to replace the warm water. This is a phenomenon known as upwelling. As I said, it's basically the opposite of what happens during an El Niño. So limited vapor will result in less shower and thunderstorm activity, in turn leading to weaker winds in the upper atmosphere. That means the wind shear won't be too impactful in the Atlantic and favor more tropical cyclone activity there. There is a third phase of the ENSO, which is the neutral phase. Speaking numerically, in the warm phase or El Niño phase, there are ocean temperatures that are 0.5 degrees Celsius above normal or greater. In the cooler phase or La Niña phase, the threshold is ocean temperatures being 0.5 degrees Celsius below normal or cooler. So between that plus 0.5 and minus 0.5 is the neutral phase, and that suggests that temperatures are pretty much normal in the equatorial Pacific. And so that is pretty much it on the ENSO and how the different phases work. But there is no specific time because they vary with months or even years. Sometimes we might be in a phase for years and at other times just a couple of months. But that is pretty much it, guys. And I hope that this video has been transparent in explaining how the ENSO works. So have a wonderful rest of the day and remember to always be weatherwise.